Hey guys, it is opening day here in Ohio and I am currently at the public land spot that I hunted turkeys at for the last couple of years. We have a northeast wind and it's like 80 degrees, so all of my public hunting spots are not typically a north wind for the evening, so I'm just winging it. We're winging it. We're gonna have fun with it tonight. Oh, and I've already been bitten by bugs as I was packing my truck, so we are not gonna forget the Thermacell or I'm gonna be miserable. Alrighty, let's go. Doesn't even feel like it's 80 degrees. We'll see how I feel once I climb a tree. This is the scent stuff I'm using this year. It's called Scent Thief. One, it smells amazing, like earthy scent. And it's supposed to like jam the deer's nose so they can't smell anything else. I'm using this stuff this year because when deer come downwind of me, they tend to just stomp their feet instead of blowing, which is helpful. Even though they smell me, they're just essentially stomping their feet. Whatever's going to stop them from blowing is a plus. I got these Luminox here. It does glow. Alright, heading in. This is the trail I'm going down. Plenty of deer tracks in this mud though. There. Some good sized tracks. No human tracks. Hear them acorns dropping. See the acorns. The wind I'm having right now is complete opposite of what it said it was going to be. I love it when that happens. I'm not really quite sure what to do at the point. My scent is going to be blowing into this bottom. The only thing I can hope for is I saw the deer come up from this bottom in the morning and go bed that way. So if they're bedded down there and they're coming towards me, my wind is perfect. But that was in the spring, so who knows what they're doing now. They're does, so maybe they're doing the same thing. Swirling so bad. So if this works, tonight is the night I need it. If my wind keeps doing this, I'll be okay. The problem is, it keeps swirling. It goes this way, and then it goes directly back the same way it came from. Stood on the ground for about 10 minutes trying to make my decision as to what tree to pick. It just kept swirling. Here's my setup. spooked a doe that was feeding literally right where I'm set up. Note to self, they're in here earlier than I thought. Well, unless I see something in the next 5 minutes, that about wraps up my first sit for Ohio season. Nothing. Just the deer walking in. You know I'm gonna be back out here tomorrow. Kinda hard to tell, but back there's a bunch of corn that they just harvested, and all the trees is public land. Scouting public land in Ohio that I've never been to because my private land spots, the deer are just not daylighting yet, per se my trail cameras. It's October, scrapes are showing up. That's what I'm looking for. Gonna put 2 trail cameras out and hopefully get some spots to start poking away on public until my deer start daylighting in the couple of small pieces of private I have permission to hunt. So let's get at it. So I'm going to use the same tactic that we were using in Kentucky. There's this creek bed here that goes all the way up, and a bunch of different ridges funnel down to it, and then it splits off. And that split in the creek bed on either side is where we were finding a lot of scrapes. So I'm going to use that tactic here and see if I find the same buck sign at the split. Well, here's that split I was talking about. Already there's a fresh rub right there. You get a little bit of buck sign, and this is all flat on either side of the split. So far this method is working for finding buck sign. I'm just gonna kind of look on either side here. Oh, there's a deer right there, shoot. Oh, you're gotta be kidding me, there's a deer right there. Oh no. Okay, well. Oh, this deer is 20 yards from me, you guys. It's a spike. He's coming right for me. That's pretty cool. I was just looking at that rub, and then I looked over here and there's a deer right there. And he came from up there and then down into the creek. Let's keep going. And here we go, the first scrape. Creek, flat area, another creek on the other side. Scrape. And ridges that lead down. There's a bunch of trails coming in through here. Well, here's another one. Another scrape. Gonna keep going forward. And another one. Alright, for sure this is bedding. Couple of old rubs in here. And that is a bed. Oh. I hate these things. So to me, this looks like a buck trail because there's really big tracks in it. And there's rubs going all the way down on either side, and it's really narrow, and it doesn't look like it's used by a lot of deer. It's hard when you're scouting during the season because you don't know, like, how far do you want to push? Like, I don't really want to jump one, but if I do jump one, it's not the end of the world. I'm on public land, so whatever. I have a feeling that they're using this when it's dark, so I'm gonna keep pushing. I figure if I follow the buck sign back far enough, then I can find their food source, and then I can hunt over their food source in the evenings. So if there's acorns dropping up on top of this ridge, and there's more scrapes, and there's droppings, then obviously that would be the spot to hunt. I don't want to just hunt over any random scrape, because it could be made in the evening, and I don't know unless I put out a trail camera, and I don't really feel like putting a trail camera out in the middle of this creek bed because it's too easy of an access for public land. Alright, so I'm going to go up this ridge and I'll see what I find. That right there is what I'm looking for. And there are acorns dropping everywhere. Right there. There's a couple of trails leading here. I just came down this one. There's another one up here coming down. That's what I'm looking for. All the trails down there lead to right here. And this is where all the acorns are. Okay, I've decided to deploy my trail camera right here. There is a good rub right behind me and bunches of acorns. So all the trails seem to lead to this spot, and then they go around the ridge. So I'm hoping it's a natural funnel so I can get the most deer movement, but this will tell me. Public land, so we're gonna lock it. Okay, camera number 1 deployed. Honestly, there's just too many scrapes to count. I'll stop walking so you don't have to hear the crunching. I'm going back to the truck. That was a lot of sign. 2.5 miles. Deployed 2 trail cameras. I feel like I'm scouting a lot more effectively and efficiently than I have in the past, and it's all about learning. That's what public land is. That's what hunting is. I'll show you guys what I got on camera. Until the next scouting session. Alrighty, well, I am down and out of my tree. I am going to go do some scouting. It's windy, everything is wet. I feel like it is the perfect time to scout because nothing will hear me crunching around. Well, right away. That's old rub. These are some fresh scrapes. Shoot, I was only hunting 80 yards from this spot. I don't know what kind of nuts these are. The deer are eating them. I think these are beech nuts. Falling from this tree, I think. This is the beech nut tree. And there's a fresh rub right there. And that's a rub, old one. But that looks like a trail to me into bedding. It looks like a trail that goes like this. I have been looking for milkweed or cattails. And look, I just found both on the side of the road. Thank you for your donation, random side of the road. I can't believe I just found both. As I'm driving to my hunting spot, I'm probably the only girl who will slam on her brakes for cattails or milkweed. I have a tree already picked out, but now that I found little fuzzies to check the wind, I will know whether or not that tree is good for the thermals, because thermals rise in the morning and they drop in the evenings. And because I'm on the side of a hill and I'm expecting the deer to come from down below, I don't really want even though the wind is blowing in my face up the hill, I don't really want the thermals to be bringing it back down into the bottom of the creek, which I heard can happen per my research. But the only way to really learn is to see it for yourself. So cattails and milkweed are two things that are awesome. I'm hoping I can be in my tree by 4:30. I'm cutting it close. I'm cutting it close. I don't like this. And I'm getting in close to the bedding, so it's a little stressful. I'm risking it. I'm taking a risk right now, so we'll see. Well, I'm not the first one. Let's hope we're not hunting the same area. White oak is dropping acorns. This is the big beech nut tree that I scouted. And there's a buck trail right there. I set my bow up on the right side of the tree because I can shoot everything from this one side. I don't expect anything to come from behind me. My wind is blowing that direction. Whether or not I get a deer tonight, I will be hunting this again. Even the tree I'm in is a white oak dropping acorns. I think it's a white oak anyway. Rounded leaves mean white oak, right? See how that leaf is round? I think that means white oak if they're rounded like that. Well, unfortunately, this has been an extremely boring hunt. I don't even hear any deer walking around. Okay, I'm just getting into this bowl now. It goes down right there. And then the pine trees kind of start right there. But because I'm guessing all of this thick stuff is bedding, and then it drops down into the creek, and then that's just a bunch of open hardwoods on that side and this side. I bet you the bucks are just cruising. This is a bed. There's hair in it. Fresh tracks. I could have just popped this deer out just now. Well, there's a watering hole here. Somebody has this spot, but this is private. This is public. I'm in a spot right now that's a natural funnel. And I love looking for this stuff. I'll show you why. Big down trees like this. This is really high up. The deer are not going to cross it. They're going to go down and around right here to where it's open and come up. And behind me is the same thing, and it's a drop off. So there's only a 20, not even a this bottom. And there's some tracks going down in here. Okay, I think I found my spot. This tree right here. This is all thick back here. If I go up this tree and hang on the back side,